Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to yet another city builder game, this time BASTIDE. We've taken a look at this game before long ago, but there's been some major updates to this game. And when it first released, it was really bare bones, but now there have been some really big updates that include a lot of things that you need in a fully functioning town, with more future updates coming that will include watchtowers, campfires, graveyards, merchants, village laws, prisons, tech trees, and gates. But now there's military stuff in the game, as well as the ability to build a village bigger and better than before. Well, if you guys want to see more BASTIDE, make sure you click, tap, blow up, and destroy that like button to see an episode tomorrow where we'll expand our village even bigger than we do today. And thanks to everybody subscribing and becoming members. Becoming a member is a great way to support the channel, so thanks to everybody who clicks and taps that join button. I appreciate seeing everybody there. And if you're a member, do a member test down below in the comments section, and let me know you're watching today. We're going to start a new game here today. There's been some new features included where you can adjust the difficulty of the game, though I don't know exactly what that does. There's also a map size to make her medium and large, and also the ability to turn on and off enemies. I'm going to leave them off for now because I think they might still be glitched, but there should be the ability for barbarians to attack your town. But that's what killed it for us last time when we played, is that our village was basically immediately destroyed by a glitched out army, if you remember seeing those one. Alright, and glory to Raptoria. Let us begin. Right, so this game, available now on Steam, by the way, is getting constant improvements. This game is incredibly updated, by the way. The developer, I've never seen somebody update their game as much as I've seen this person update it. But here we are. We have ourselves a village, well, I guess just a wooden house and a small warehouse. And we need to get our people immediately working on stuff. If you know games like Banished, if you know games like Life is Feudal, Forest Village, and etc., Ostrave, it kind of shares a lot of those similar feelings with things in the game such as food, wood, stone, bronze, iron, herbs, firewood, clothing, and also tools, with also, I believe, military stuff being a part of the game as well. Well, let's go ahead and start building our village up a little bit. We can start then by building a few of the things that we need to expand it. And I think what I'd like to do here is immediately try to do something with, like, for example, well, maybe wood houses or something like that. Let's do that. And then also some clothing, too. I mean, not clothing, but gatherer huts. And then eventually we'll get things up like clothing and whatnot. So we'll do resources. We'll get a gather up. They get herb, cloth, berries, and mushrooms. I don't know where they would find cloth then from around. I don't know if they just kill randomly animals. But a gatherer also isn't like a hunter, so we'll see exactly what they do. So I'm going to try to put this up here. We'll put our gatherer just near the outskirts of town. And let's take a look at the map, too, by the way. We get quite a large area to play in and to expand upon. We have deers and farming that we can do in the game as well. We have, I think, sheep that can be domesticated. Before, there used to be a little bridge here, and then your villagers used to go across the other side to see and trade with another one. But our people actually don't build buildings in this game. Interestingly enough, what they do is they conjure up a spell to raise the building out from the depths of hell. And as you can see here, this building's just coming up out of the ground. I kid, of course, but that's one good way to see buildings being built in this one. So now we have a village population limit of 6. So each time we build one of those wooden homes, it can hold 3 people. And obviously, if we're going to have a few jobs, we're going to need quite a few people to work in those jobs too. So okay, so now we got people who are gathering herbs, which is great, because that'll help to prevent disease, and of course some light food, things like mushrooms or whatnot. Let's go ahead and do something else now. Let's try resources. Forester. We can build a forestry building now. We can also give our people individual orders to cut down trees, like in other games such as Banished and whatnot. So that's a good thing to do. So we'll see here how they go. Can I raise the... I'd like to actually hear the music a little bit more. Let's turn that music volume up. There we go. Ah, wonderful. So welcome, everybody, to the village of Raptoria. Again, thanks for smashing the like button and hanging out with me as we now start to expand our village. I believe the forester, the good part about building a forester as well is that they can regrow trees after cutting them down. I believe there's also temperature in this game, too, which we can take a look at. Ah, there it is down there. 10 degrees Celsius from it raining. I'm going to go ahead and authorize our people to cut down a few trees near the village as well, so that way we can clear out space and take advantage of the trees closest to the town. And if there's a way to do that more than once. Nope. Okay, so we can also start mining this for stone, and then there should be iron ore nearby too. When we build a mine, we have to do it inside of buildings built on the side of mountains, so that way we can do mining. So if we take a look at resources, I believe it is, we can build a mine once we have enough resources to do it. 15 wood and 5 stone. I've been waiting for a while to come back to this game, too. It has some pretty good promise to it, and I'd like to, you know, try another game where it's very difficult to survive, where instead of building a city, it's like every time you do something, it's trying to give the middle finger to Mother Nature and try to last one more day and one more day. Ah, here we have a goat. We can hunt it, or we can probably domesticate it later. Looks like we have ourselves a cow here, too, which we can capture. There we go. So we can domesticate cattle, but we'll do that later when we actually have something to store them, I guess. Looks like we have a forester here, so let's get 2 people assigned. So right now, we have 3 people assigned to jobs, 2 at the forestry building, and 1 at the gatherer's hut. And we should be able to do farming and such later in the game. Here we can actually start up with farming and pastures and whatnot. I think they might need to be created, so I don't know if I want to do it right away, because I don't know how many people are going to need to be, you know, put to work there. But let's go ahead and start at least by getting some wood and stone income, and then we'll worry about food too by building a hut. Oh my god, that man just tipped that tree over on top of the forester building. You insanity. You man of insanity. Okay. Let's try to put down ourselves a logging camp next. Forester building. No, we're already building that. Wait, chops into firewood to heat up homes. That's what I was meaning, is the firewood in order to heat homes. But that's going to take 15 wood. So the next thing I'd like to put down then is, let's see, we have something to gather wood, something to gather light amounts of food. Tailor, blacksmith, brewery. We also have a warehouse, bridge, stockpile, healer's hut, church, and tavern that we can put down as well. I'd like to put down another wood house, but we need a lot more wood in order to do that. So that's going to require us just to like clear cut trees like no tomorrow. So we'll just tell anybody who's free then to go and start cutting down trees. I think we have to do this one at a time. It would be nice if I could click and drag like a huge area and say, hey, cut down all the trees around here. But luckily these people at the forester building will regrow the trees, so we won't have to worry about clear cutting being devastating to our economy. We'll just give the green light to cut down any and all trees around here just so we can get it done. And then they should regrow. Perfect. Is there a little chicken over there? Oh yeah, there it is. I wonder if we can capture that and actually... yeah, no pasture for chickens. So we'll eventually have to get some more people to live here. So each home has a 3 out of 3 population, which is interesting because we have... Oh, 5 out of 6. Never mind. Okay. So we have 1 more person who can move in. So long as you have space and so long as you have happiness in your town, meaning basically no disease and no one freezing, then people will move into your town. So we definitely want more wood so that way we can see more people move into the town. So let's get through nighttime then. I think everybody heads home and heads to sleep then at night. Wow, 5 degrees Celsius. I hope they're warm inside their houses. Or as the Canadians say, hooses. It's the Canadian word. The language of Canadian. That's right. Oh boy. Alright, so we're going to see people come back out. Oh, is it snowing? It is May. And it looks like it's actually snowing out. I guess that's not the first time it snowed before in May. Just definitely means that it's getting very cold. Okay, let's see what happens here. Alright, so we got more trees being cut down and more logs being brought back. You can see them bringing them here to the stockpile. Logs being stacked up, iron, stone, and some bronze remaining too. So that might be another material that can be gathered from outside the mine. Although I think the mine can bring in all sorts of different materials. But we'll see. I guess we will see. Looks like there's... that doesn't look like stone. That almost looks like bags of flour. But I guess it is stone. Okay, once we get to like 25 or so, we'll be able to build another house. The first thing we want to do is bop up that population, because if there ain't people to do the jobs, it doesn't matter what we build, it's not going to get done. So let's continue to ask for trees to be cut down, so we can speed up our gathering of wood. Our conjuring of wood. There we go. Excellent. And I'm glad we built our forester building over here. I wonder if there's a way to actually tell them to replant trees. It is automatic that they'll do it, but I think it just grows in the area around the building, so we'll see. Alright, we're speeding up time again. We have 35 wood now, so we should be able to build a bigger house. Ah, stone house actually requires more stone than wood, and probably, like in Banished, will actually benefit us in terms of using less firewood. So it takes less wood to build, and also consumes less firewood for the winter. But right now I just want to keep making more space for people, so we can get some people working at the mines as soon as possible. Since a lot of the buildings take stone, it's a good idea to do that. Trying to get the stone mine up as soon as possible. And there goes another stone wood house up. Yeah, all right, cool, we got it. Very good. All right, now we have one person working at the gatherer. Let's see. Gathered herbs, cloth, berries, and mushrooms. Good. Very good. Okay, let's try to get a hunter's tent down now. So let's go ahead and try. Actually, we could do a fisherman's hut. I see we have a hunter's tent, but it looks like a fisherman's hut. What did that say there? Let me just check real quick. What did that say about fisherman's hut? Collect fish in the nearest part of the river. Ah, I see. So if we build it here, you'll go gather that. So that's a really cheap, easy, early thing to build. Ah, we actually see, like, what the hell? Okay, that's a tree underwater. Okay, confirmed. That's, interesting. Okay. Alright, well, regardless, now we'll get another person working here. So now we should have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs. We got 8 out of 9 people working here. Now we have a low amount of tools. So eventually we'll have to make those at the, let's see, blacksmith. But of course we won't be able to do anything with that until we've got ourselves some more stone. So let's go ahead and continue to tell our people to gather stuff all around. Good idea to gather all the stone around town before we actually build a mine. So that way we don't have to use resources on it at the start. But of course, the further we have to go away from town, the longer the trip. And the more time it takes to get anything done. Now, eventually, trading will come to the game, too, so that'll open up many opportunities to expedite building your town and getting all of your self-sufficient stuff done, but that's why we have trading. Okay. So let's see what we got for resources. 26 wood and 7 stones. Okay. Well, now we're starting to get some real good amount of people here. Let's go ahead and build this mine, baby. Boom. So we'll put that mine down. And our people should be able to go work there. And it looks like they gather bronze, iron, and stone out of there. So let's prioritize stone first, so we can actually build some more buildings. And we'll have to put down the blacksmith as soon as possible, too. We do have some bronze standing by in the town, so the next thing we want to build then is our blacksmith, which will require 10 stone, which is why we built the mine. Then we can change the mine from a stone mine to a bronze mine, and then we should be able to pick up our mining and other stuff, too. Forester Building's doing a good job. Excellent. So what was that number again? 14 to build the brewery, 10 to build the blacksmith, and just a little bit for the tailor. It looks like we have one person in our town who is ill, so we'll also need to build ourselves a healer's hut, which we might want to do right now, since we can afford it. Let's build it next to the, let's build it out here next to the gatherer's hut. There we go. Alright, perfect. And it looks like we've got... Oh, people are also starving. That's interesting. We have 34 food. That shouldn't be the case at all. We have ourselves mushrooms. That's interesting. We also have fishing going on. Produce 13 fish. There should not be any starvation here. But it looks like everybody has eaten. Alright, they must have just had to go home to do that. Okay, let's assign somebody to the healer's hut to make medicine. And that'll cure the illness in the town. And then let's make our blacksmiths. So there we go. Blacksmith is ready to be built. Cool, look at that. The building looks nice. So at this point, we may have been attacked by raiders if we had those turned on. So keep in mind that the game is supposed to be a little bit more difficult than it is. Though the production is fast, though. Mostly because I have experience in games like Banished, which can be very, very brutal. So it's kind of nice to actually play a game that takes from some of those skills. Sometimes when you start these building games, you might not know what the heck to build to start with. And of course, you all know that getting a population up and keeping it fed is the first and foremost thing you want to do in these games. Looks like more wood coming in. Good. We'll get that blacksmith built next. 3 people are to work in the mines. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, I believe, are employed so far. And I'll want to build another house here soon. Probably another wooden house to get us started. Though, let's see. The other homes... Stone House has room for 3, and a manor has room for 5 and requires 25 stone. So that's definitely something I want to build for probably the future, to build the best and the best. It is September, so we're going to need to actually stop that and immediately start building firewood. So let's bring that next to this building. we need to build a firewood building to create firewood for the winter. So that's going to be needed as well. Plus, the blacksmith probably needs firewood as well to make stuff. Unless he takes strictly logs. I'm not sure exactly. But let's go ahead and take... let's see, what is that? Oh, that seems to be chainmail. That seems to be tools as well. So how do we order tools? Needs wood with bronze or steel to make tools. Well, I want to place an order, but not for weaponry. Oh, good, we're ordering tools. Good. So I guess we're ordering... I don't know actually how to cancel that. Looks like we're making weapons. Might be good for trade, but unfortunately we can't trade at the moment. I actually don't want to order that anymore, but whatever. Anyway, regardless, we are at least feeding our people, and we should be able to build another home here soon. Blacksmith is at least making tools, so we've got that covered. And what's this 79% up here? Average happiness. This affects how quickly new settlers join. Good. So long as they have a variety of food, that's the only thing right now that'll keep them happy. Then other things, of course, are religion, and then also the ability to go to the bar. That's also another thing, to have the pub open. PUBG. Okay. So now we need somebody to make the firewood for the next morning. So this will take a little bit of time, but our people soon should be able to then do all the things that they need to prepare for the winter. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, so the logger, the firewood space should be up soon. Be nice, by the way, if we could put like a little fence around our town or some walls. That should be something coming in the future. We can build a bridge in the meantime, too. And also, yes, we can build a wood wall for defense, but it doesn't look like we can build gates at the moment. Or maybe there was gates. I think I did actually see a gate at some point. Maybe. Okay, so we've almost got enough wood to make the manor now. Enough stone, almost. Now, I wonder eventually if we can make things like, for example, a wheelbarrow or a cart, so that way people don't have to walk as far from the mine with a small amount of stuff. So we'll see. Oh, it looks like we actually do have 3 weapons now. So I could have actually just made more tools out of that, but that's fine. We have weapons to defend ourselves from an enemy that will never come around, but we could still hire troops. So that'll be kind of cool to see how that functions. And it looks like weapons are coming through. Good. Alright, let's build ourselves a home for myself. In order for me to be able to protect everyone else, I need to be equipped with a wonderful and lavish home. So that'll be important. It looks like we still need to get that firewood thing up. It is October now. Luckily, we can chop wood throughout the year. So trees can still be cut down, and of course we can still turn them into firewood, but our people are going to get awfully cold. It's now 6 degrees Celsius out, so a little chilly. But everyone should be okay. Luckily no one's starving, no illness, and nobody freezing, so we're okay. And now it is the morning of November. Our, what, 3rd day here? I guess each day represents like a month passing, I believe. So we still have a low amount of tools, but luckily we have enough tools to do what we need to. And it looks like we're almost out of bronze, so that'll be the end of the tools until we switch. But luckily we're gathering plenty of stone to keep building all this stuff. I want to try to build a manor house just because winter we're not really going to be able to do much except for go hunting. So we'll have our hunting lodge built next after that. So manor house will be next. Then with those additional people we'll do a hunting lodge, so that way we'll have fish, because I don't think the river can actually freeze over. And then also hunting and then gathering. So we'll be able to make like, you know, food out of that. Maybe they can go find potatoes or onions or something. Whatever gathered from Banished is what I'm pulling from. Oh, another tree getting cut down. That's a good sign. Alright, manor house. Should be able to build it after we get one more stone delivered. A stone Stanley production. There we go. And that is a beautiful home. Cool. I'm getting some foundation vibes from this. Let's try to build it as compact as possible. Just because there's a very tight area here. Clothes are low. Tools are okay, though. We can probably get rid of the blacksmith now because there's nothing else to be made. So let's go ahead and get rid of him. And let's go ahead and get the mine to continue to make a... Well, we still need stone, so that's going to be very important. So hopefully now somebody can go work at firewood. Wow, we clear-cut everything out of here. Holy crap, the foresters not doing what I was hoping they would. But let's go cut down some trees. We'll give some orders to cut down trees, and anybody who's free should be able to cut those down. Now it's snowing. It is December. I would like to see the actual snow on the ground, but it looks like that's not implemented yet. But I guess that's more of a graphical thing. First, you want to make sure your game actually works. Okay, is there a way to prioritize buildings? I don't see a way to do that by clicking on the building. It looks like they're building the manor first, so I don't know why they've stopped at the firewood building. Looks like they are building the manor, though. And the firewood building should have all the stuff it needs. If it started construction, that means that all materials must have been delivered. I don't want anybody freezing if we don't have that, although we might have it in the resource list. Let's see, firewood 12. So we are supplied with some firewood, but I believe those are within the homes. So any new homes that are built, such as this one, isn't going to have the materials needed. There it goes. The firewood building is being constructed. So let's go ahead and prioritize food and firewood for the winter. There we go. Okay, luckily we're clear-cutting all the things out of here. The snow looks really beautiful. Clear-cutting, of course, will give us room for farming. And for the pastures, too. Okay, let's hire somebody to work at the firewood. Firewood, 50 max. Yeah, I think that's probably a good number to make sure we have some in storage. Now it looks like we need a tailor. So let's do that. Tailor is under the production tab. Yep. We need 15 wood in order to make a tailor. Oh, there we go. The snow actually does come. That looks really nice. It's kind of nice that it doesn't make the entire map like white, so it's like blinding, as it is in Ostriv, but it feels more like it's maybe March or May right now. Okay, I'm going to continue to give orders to cut down trees. Looks like our people almost made it through the winter. Wait, it's still 5 degrees Celsius? Well, it is the day. And the firewood's still looking fine. Alright, tools are being gathered. And stored. I'm going to try to get some bronze so we can continue to make tools now. I think it's just easier to make bronze tools, so we're going to go about doing that one. So it looks like we got good firewood. Firewood is here now. So clothing is the next thing to be made. Excellent. So let's put the blacksmith back to work. And let's get the tailor put down now. We'll put another production building over here. You know, actually, if we're going to do farming over there, I'm going to put the tailor over here then. Next to this building. Let's try to put it right here. Beautiful. Something like that. There we go. And what are these people working on? It looks like they were putting something into that bucket. Alright, clothing should be coming. And so should additional tools. We're now negative 5C. And it looks like they're at least have firewood and food, so that'll keep everyone alive. So that's good. Although they are freezing, but it might be because of the clothing. But since they're inside for the winter, or for the night, that might help out a little bit. Alright, clothing is the next thing to be needed, to be made, so that's needed. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is under production for that. If we take a look, we have ourselves clothing 0. So I'm assuming what's used to make that is either wool or maybe hemp. So we can make canvas out of it. Looks like we have wool to start with, so we can make clothes. So maybe 1 wool will equal 2 clothes or something like that. And then eventually we can capture some sheep once we start animal husbandry. 2 people for... Oh, there we are. So it looks like 2 wool or 2 leather can be used to make... Or 2 wool can be used to make clothing. So this must be... Oh! This is actually the cloth that they can discover in the forest from the gatherer. That's perfect. So they have 6 cloth there. And then it looks like they can also use what I'm assuming is leather or wool. So cloth and wool are 2 different things. So I wonder if there's a weaver then that can actually make that. Let's see. Well, we just have a tailor. I don't see a weaver anywhere. Obviously, it wouldn't be under these tabs, but you never know. It's a good idea to check. Okay. Well, we've got plenty of clothing that can be made then. Excellent. And it looks like yes, perfect. We've produced multiple amounts of clothing. Excellent. So now our people can be warm. Perfect. Well, within the first year, we've given everybody jobs, homes, food, clothing, and, of course, the ability to keep themselves warm. Fantastic. Very good. All right, the manor now is full of people, so we have additional jobs that can be fulfilled. So we should be able to have people working at both mines 24/7. So I want 1 mine to be a bronze mine. Let's build another one then. So So now we got a lot of extra people in the town. Let's do another mine over here. Oh, that's going to require more wood. Now we're going to need more people for farming. We're probably not going to get away with another winter of this, so we do need to start farming. So let's see if we can put a farm maybe out here. Looks like we don't need any farming building to support it. Oh, looks like, I wonder how this works. It looks like to me, if we click the farm and click here and here, then we can make it a square. Yep, okay, that's what I thought. All right, let's make that as big as possible. Okay, cool. We got 3 people who can work here. We only have 2. We can grow wheat, cabbages, or pumpkins. Let's do cabbage for our first year since we don't have a mill to make bread. But eventually we will be able to build a mill, and then we will be able to build a bakery. So under food we have a, boom, mill and a bakery there, so that's good. And we don't have a hunter's hut up yet, so let's go ahead and build one of those. Maybe out here. There we go. So now we'll be able to prioritize more and more food. Very good. Clothing is coming in. That's great. Now let's see here. I want to build some more houses, but we're going to need a lot more wood. It just comes down to it over and over again that we need wood in order to do what we're trying to do. All right, let's go back. We have enough bronze. We have 6 in storage, so let's start gathering stone so we can build more homes. So that's what it requires. We need more people working at the, working in the mines, and that means we need more people to have homes in order to work. In order to get the enough labor to fill all the jobs. So right now we have 2 people at the farm, so we certainly need another home. Forester building is not regrowing things as it should. I don't know if there's an option in the game in order to do that. We have all of our people listed there now, 14 people in our city. Pretty cool though. Well, at least the forester building will automatically go out and cut down trees when they're mature. Oh, it looks like a tree is actually growing here. It looks like a bush, but I think trees slowly grow up out of the ground. Just like in real life, Raptor. Yeah, I know. Oh, we have all these logs sitting around. Although I think these are more for decoration. It's a shame our people aren't putting those to use. At least it could be firewood. And it looks like I've also given authorization to cut down some trees that they just haven't. Okay. So materials that are needed. Let's make sure we got all of our jobs fulfilled. Firewood, 1. Let's see. I think we're good on firewood for now. I'm going to employ 1 more person at the farm now. It is April, so I assume that things are fine there. We have 9 herbs. What about medicine? What do we have for medicine? There it is, 9. Looks like we can have a winery, too. Maybe we can make that at the farms. I didn't see a vineyard or anything, but... Or I cannot recall that off the top of my head. Let's see here. Maybe the brewery has something to do with that. Maybe they can have a vineyard. Stockpile tavern. Maybe. Okay, so we're going to stop firewood production for now just to prioritize the farm. Doesn't look like there's any complex information on the farms, so we might not have to do crop rotation or anything for the start, but definitely you can bet that a farm here could probably support like maybe 10 people per farm with only 3 people working at it. So that should be pretty good. All right, we are trying to prioritize food. We do have a shortage of food now. We're down to 22. I want that hunter's tent to be built, but nobody's coming over to construct it. And I hear some trees falling. I want to build another house now. We still have stone coming in. That's good. Taylor's made a lot of clothing. We'll keep that up. Foresters produce 32 wood. I need another forester, though. How much do we need for that? Oh, but if I'm going to get a forester, I need people to work there. Well, we could do another... we could do a stone home. ET stone home. We could probably do that with 12. So let's try to do that, because I'll need some more people to work the... work on construction. That's probably why this hasn't been built, is because nobody's free to actually work that job. And if it has housing for 3, I think the farmer... Sorry, the hunter, I think, is 1. Farmer is 3 if you build the largest size. And then the woodcutter is 2. So that should give me enough of what I need then. And firewood is holding at 48, so we won't need that until the winter. Perfect. Ah, looks like somebody had some free time. Nope. It was looking a little dusty over there. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and authorize more trees being cut down from whomever is free. If you're free, cut down a tree. Excellent. Well, so far so good. We haven't seen anybody die due to the weather. Happiness is low at 57%, but that means we'll just have to start focusing now on all the extras. So, for example, a church would be very beneficial to that, but I would like to see how things fare with the brewery first. And, of course, maybe different food varieties, such as bread, would increase their happiness, too. Give them a lot of what they need. Okay, we're still waiting for one more wood. There we go. Now we can build another house. Let's build a little manor to overlook over here at the farm. It's not really a manor, but looks good. Little stone house over there. Perfect. So with the additional labor, I should be able to then get some more wood going, so that way we can then build some larger structures, such as the church. And with that, we then should be able to do... let's see, we got stone being gathered here now. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to take the blacksmith off. A lot of things to do here in this game. Got to juggle a lot of stuff, but so far so good. Happiness still going down, but I assume it will for the first couple of years, since our main goal is food, clothing, and firewood. Nothing really fun about that. Making sure you're warm and fed is just a basic need, as well as having a job, which will contribute to the economy, such as wood cutting, which then again keeps everybody warm with firewood. Okay, a stone house going up now. That should bring the population up to, I believe, +3? Or was it +4? Well, regardless, we'll be at like maybe 18 or 17 or 18 people as soon as they move in. Glad we have cabbage, too. That should increase happiness as well. There's like little stones around here. I'm surprised that people didn't go to gather it up. This game is very neat. Again, this is made by one person, so judging it harshly is not so fair, since they've done a pretty good job from what I've seen from day one, and they've made some really good improvements. This game gets like 2 updates a day of minor stuff that the developer is keeping eyes on, and it's good to see it developing, and I'm excited to play it some more. So the last thing I'd like to do today, then, is to try to get our one last thing up for food production, which would be the... Well, let's first take a look and see if the hunter's ready. Yep. Oh, almost. Okay, hold on. Let's make sure the hunter's up first, because we definitely need to make sure we have more food, because we have more people coming in. So it looks like we have 17 now. So we need a few more people living in the city. 17 is our max. So if I can get a few more people, we can then have our hunter working. +2. There we go. And then we need to get the tool maker working as well. Though we're at 17 tools. The miners are probably using the most amount of that. So let's see. The miners are now bringing in stone. So let's switch back to bronze, so we can get the blacksmith working. We'll have another person move into town soon and be a blacksmith. And then I believe the tools will also help the farmers as well. So I think we have ourselves a fully functioning economy for now, but there's still much to do. It looks like there's no death, no disease, no one starving. So I think that's good for our first start. Join me tomorrow, everybody, where we're going to expand the city even more. We're going to build ourselves a mill, a bakery. We're going to build ourselves a barracks, and possibly throw a ring on it. No, we're going to throw a wall around the city and see if we can get her done. You guys are awesome, so thank you very much for leaving a like on the way out, and I hope to see you tomorrow for more BASTIDE. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Have a great day. You can get this game on Steam, by the way, so make sure you check it out and get it today if you're interested. Goodbye, everybody.